Ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos to the 2018-2019 Laredo Independent School District Back to School Celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, school's not only about books and backpacks, it's also about classmates and friendship. Please welcome to our stage our performers from Heights Elementary School.
Let's do it. Clap your hands.
Welcome back to school.
ABC.
Good morning, boys and girls.
Get up and dance with me.
Hi, good morning.
Sounds like a ball.
Bienvenidos a nuestra escuela.
And do the crabby crawl.
Welcome back. Welcome to another great school year.
Fingers flap and flutter about.
Welcome to the pride of South Laredo, Cigarroa High School.
ABCs are moving.
Good morning.
G, God one, H.
Welcome back, students. Have a fantastic school year.
Covered in
Hi there. So glad to see you. Welcome to another school year.
Hello. Welcome.
My goodness, look at you. You're so tall. Ready for the first day of school? Come on in.
Hi, I'm so happy to see you.
It's not that hard. Take it up now, P.
Hi, Mustang. Welcome back.
Welcome to another year at Badgers. Welcome to your National Blue Ribbon School Campus.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Welcome, boys and girls. Let's have another great year.
Welcome, friends. We're going to have a great school year.
Good morning and welcome to Cigarro School. Join us.
Hey, it's nice to see you.
Let's begin our journey.
Welcome to Martin High School, the flagship high school of Laredo.
Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to school. Sparkle and shine. Welcome back.
When you enter my classroom, you are important.
When you eat here, you will eat a nutritious meal.
Come to my office and I will make you feel better.
Cuando entren en esta escuela, los estudiantes encontrarán todo limpio.
At LISD, you will learn and grow in a safe environment.
When you ride on our buses, we will make sure you get to your destination safely.
When you walk into our school, you will feel like a member of our family.
When you come to this school, you will be attending a Blue Ribbon campus.
When you participate in band, not only do you fine-tune your instrument, you fine-tune your mind.
Aquí en la cafetería te alimentarás bien.
When you walk into the library, we will provide you with the resources needed for your academic needs.
When you participate in football in Martin High School, you get to join 85 years of history and tradition.
When you participate in mixed football, you learn discipline, we develop your character.
When you participate in CNO football, you will have the discipline to do the right thing.
When you walk into our school, you will be engaged in rigorous, challenging instruction in every classroom, every day.
When you enter this classroom, you will succeed.
When you come to our school, you will maximize your potential.
When you play on our fields and courts, you will develop into an exceptional student-athlete.
When you come to school, you will learn in a clean environment.
When you walk into our school, you will see a fun and loving learning environment.
When you enter my office, you will be taken care of.
When you enter my classroom, you are respected.
When you use our computers and devices, you will be utilizing the latest technology.
When you enter my classroom, you will learn.
When you come to LISD schools, we will make sure everything is working properly.
When you arrive at our athletic facilities,
you will feel welcome and experience an athletic or fine arts event
in an energy-packed atmosphere as well as a safe environment.
When you are a student at our school, we will ensure that you are prepared with a well-rounded education.
You are the reason we're here.
At LISD, we are building tomorrow together.
I love my school because at LISD I can be anything I want to be.
I can be a fighter because I want to save people.
I can be an optometrist.
I can be a veterinarian.
I can be the CEO of a company.
I can be a doctor of psychology when I grow up.
I can be a paleontologist.
I can participate in UIL at my school.
I can be a paramedic.
I can be a cheerleader.
I can be a therapist.
I can be a nurse.
I can become an emergency room doctor.
I can be a teacher.
I could be an entrepreneur.
I can be a doctor. I can be a doctor.
I can be a lawyer.
I can be a dance teacher.
I can become a vice principal.
I can be a principal. I can be a vet.
I can be an architect.
I can be a police girl. I can be a police officer. I can be an artist.
I can become a professional musician.
I could be a volleyball player.
I can be a radiologist.
I could be a professional basketball player.
I can go to college.
Yes, I can.
When you walk into our school district, you can expect to receive 24,000 students with open arms, waiting to learn. Our administration and teachers waiting to teach you that no school, no kid in our district will ever go without an education. We will welcome you as part of our family, the family of LISD. We're together, working as a team, we can succeed at anything that we do. Our goal is to make sure that every kid gets an education, graduates, and goes to college. That's what you can expect at LISD.
Greetings, and welcome to the 2018-2019 LISD school year. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to serve as the Laredo Independent School District Superintendent of Schools. Throughout the year, we have been able to witness such wonderful things happening from our students and in our classrooms. There is so much to celebrate, and we understand that these celebrations all begin and end with a vision that encompasses and includes every single student within our campuses, within our schools, within every single opportunity that our students are engaged in. We open the door to every single student because they are important to us and because we know that building a better future for Laredo begins with building a better future in our schools for our students. Thank you for the opportunities that you extend every single day, and we invite you to take it to the next level. Building tomorrow together.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have 3 cheers for our high school cheerleaders from Morton, Nixon, and Figueroa High School.
Buenas tardes, LISD! Great to see all of you here. Good afternoon, my name is Veronica Castillon, and I have the privilege of being the Executive Director of Communications for our school district. We are going to begin our program with our traditional roll call of campuses. And so we'll start right now with our middle school and high school principals. We begin with our high school principals, Mr. Guillermo Pro. What's the high school? What's the title? Always the high school. Green and gold forever from Nixon High School, Cassandra Mendoza. From the pride of South Laredo, Laura Flores Cigarroa High School. The only Blue Ribbon High School in all of Webb County. From the Garcia Early College, Mr. Israel Castilla. Representing the Dr. Dennis D. Cantu Early College High School, Geraldine Arredondo. From the Salas Perez Early College Academy, let's make welcome for Alfredo Casperos. From the Vidal M. Trevino School of Communications and Fine Arts, Dr. Marta Villarreal. Put your hands together for Lizzie Newsom, Jose A. Valdez High School. And from the Francisco S. Lara Academy, Mr. Armando Molina. Next up, Miss Melissa Valdez from Memorial Middle School. From L.J. Christian Middle School, Sandra Garcia. New Edward Middle School, Eduardo Lopez. And from Cigarroa Middle School, Jose Cerda. Thank you for our secondary school principals. And now, damas y caballeros, it is with great pleasure that I introduce the Most Reverend James A. Tamayo, Bishop for the Diocese of Laredo. And Bishop Tamayo is now celebrating his 25th anniversary as Bishop of the Diocese of Laredo. Bishop Tamayo will now lead us in our invocation and blessing for the school year. Bishop?
Heavenly Father, the teachers, administrators, and support staff of Laredo Independent School District ask your blessing upon this new academic year. Our veteran and returning teachers are ready to continue the journey of scholastic excellence. Many teachers are taking their first steps in the teaching profession. May all teachers strive to share their knowledge with dedicated care and concern for their students. Assist them to respond to the students' intellectual development through classroom lessons which stimulate the mind and develop the character of the individual. Guide all administrators to work collaboratively with teachers to provide an atmosphere where respect for one another brings unity to our schools and community. May the Laredo Independent School District School Board work in partnership with administrators, teachers, students, and parents to provide a rewarding environment for all who participate in education. We plant seeds that one day will grow. We water seeds already planted, knowing that they hold future promise. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop Tamayo. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Laredo ISD Combined Color Guard with ROTC cadets from Martin, Nixon, and Cigarroa High Schools. The national anthem will be performed by Vidal M. Trevino School of Communications and Fine Arts Director of Strings, Mr. Bobby Compton. And the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by the LISD Secondary School Teacher of the Year from Cigarroa Middle School, Ms. Leah Socorro Cayanan.
Mark time! Mark! 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 And right! Reach and arms!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the flag for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Next Monday, school bells will be ringing at LISD, and we're expecting 24,000 students in our classrooms and 4,000 employees ready to receive them. And just as excited about the first day of school are the 7 elected officials who serve on the LISD Board of Trustees. These dynamic community leaders give of their time freely for the benefit of our students. So please help me welcome the members of the LISD Board of Trustees. Beginning with the President of the LISD Board, the Honorable Héctor Tito Garcia. The Vice President of the Board, the Honorable Héctor J. Noyola. The Secretary of our Board, the Honorable Ricardo Garza. And our Board Member, the Honorable Cecilia May Moreno. We also take time to honor the memory of the late Jose R. Perez. Thank you, board members, for all you do for our school district. And now our board president would like to offer you his greetings for a happy and safe start of the new school year. Please help me welcome Mr. Héctor Tito Garcia.
Good afternoon. All right, we can do better than that. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's more like it. It's great to be up here. After coming up here for the last 8 years, it doesn't feel like the first day of school or the first day we talk to our teachers, but it feels like coming home, like a family gathering. Because it's true, we together are a family, the family of LISD. I spend more time dealing with school business than I do at home or at the office. And that's okay, because we're all in it for the same reason, the kids of our district. I want to thank you and congratulate you all for the hard work and dedication last year. You're going to see in a while where Dr. Rios explains your scores and numbers and all this, but it was a true team effort. And we talk about being together and working as a team, very important. You notice when we started, the band came out, the drummers, they played together as a team. We saw our cheerleaders perform together as a team. We at the school district, you at campuses need to work as a team. Teachers, paraprofessionals, administration, we got to work all in the same direction. You don't want to be that person that's at a campus that, no, we don't want to talk to them because that person doesn't want to participate. That teacher doesn't want to be part of us. That administration only plays favoritism. That principal only listens to her little group. We don't want to be part of that. We want to be part that everybody equal at every school. That every principal, every teacher, every paraprofessional will be treated the same. And if you're not being treated the same, You need to let your administration know. We need to know. We need to know. Because we want to make sure that every school has the best administration and teacher that we can offer. We'll do our part on our side. I think for the last 8 years, this is going to be our 8th year, we're giving every teacher a $1,200 pay raise. Congratulations. And at our next board meeting, we're hoping to pass an additional $200 for our administration because I believe everybody should be paid the same, $1,200 across the board. As you all know, if you read the paper and listen to the news all over the place, insurance is going up. Our insurance went up. But the district decided that we were going to take the hit. We're picking up the cost. We're not giving it back to our employees. So I do want to thank our board members. I want to thank Flor Ayala, our superintendent, and the cabinet for coming together and putting numbers. We've been working on this all summer long to make sure that we put what we said we were going to do is if you all perform, we'd find the money, and we did find the money. We're able to find the money for raises again. We're able to find the money to put into our insurance because we're going to support you. That's our job. We're a team. And if we don't do that, then shame on us. But at the same time, shame on you if you don't give it 100% like you did this year. Take it up to another notch. That's all we ask of you. I want to congratulate, again, everybody for their work. I want to congratulate the Early College for the Blue Ribbon Award. Congratulations. Great job. I also want to thank VMT for an outstanding job every year, day in and day out. They're consistent. Congratulations. Thank you, Ms. Villarreal. For all the magnet schools that we have, the one that we have at Martin High School is doing an excellent job, and the one we just started at Cigarroa, congratulations too. Guys, it makes a big difference on what you do at your schools. I was telling the group this morning, I still remember all my elementary teachers. I remember my middle school teachers. I remember my high school teachers. That was over 40 years ago that I went to school. I still remember those teachers that had an impact in my life. You all are going to have impact on different kids' lives. After 8 years of going to different presentations and scholarship nights, and even you go to the legend, the Tiger legend, the Nixon legend, the Cigarro legend, what do ex-students come out and say? I remember this teacher had an impact on this. I remember my math teacher. I remember my English teacher. I remember my coaches. It's very important what you do in the classroom that they're going to remember years and years and years later. And they're going to remember those teachers that went that extra mile for them. But they're also going to remember the teachers that didn't care. That, you know what, just show up at school to pick up a check. We have those. Not too many of them left, but we have those. I urge every teacher and every administrator to, you know what, do something this year. Participate in one more thing in your school. Make the difference to a student. Make a difference for our next generation, because it does matter. Everything matters these days. Our taxpayers are out there expecting a lot from us. When you go in the last, I believe, 5 years, we've asked for over $320 million in bond money. Not only to rebuild what we've already done, when we've done Martin High School, we've done Nixon High School, we've done a lot of stuff with the first bond. We just went out, and thank you very much for going out and voting, those of you that supported it, for a second bond to finish up what we started. We are rebuilding Cigarroa Middle School completely from the bottom up. We're moving the school. We're rebuilding Cigarroa completely. Well, almost completely. We're bringing down the vocational building at Nixon High School. We're building the science building at Martin High School, and we've done a lot of work at Martin High School. We're doing it across the board. We're not concentrating just one area, but across the board. We're building 3 new elementaries, or we're working on 3 elementaries and we're fixing up the elementary that we can. For us to go and be able to pass this, that means the people in our community believe in what we're doing. We're transparent at everything that we do. We're not spending money just to spend money. We're making sure that every penny spent is accounted for. But we also put pressure on principals. Those of you that show up to meetings know that we do. I know I do. I know Dr. Moreno does, Mr. Noyola, and Mr. Garza. And there's a reason why we do that. Because we want our kids to be the best. We want our kids to say, I am a proud product of LISD. I'm a proud product of LISD. I know Mr. Garza is, I think Mr. Noyola is, and I think Dr. Moreno is too. So keep that hard work, keep that enthusiasm from here to the classroom, and have a great year. Before I go on, I want to, the nurses, are the nurses in the room? Nurses, please, all of you, I want you to say congratulations and thank you to our nursing staff. We don't appreciate them enough. Nurses, I told you all I was going to mention you. Where are you all? Please stand. Nurses, please stand. Thank you. Thank you very much, nurses. I went to talk to them at the other day. I had the privilege of talking to them, and I go, you all like those like stepchildren that, you know what? We know we don't have to pay attention to you because you're doing good, but every once in a while we got to go and pat you in the back because we know you're going to be all right. The nurses do an outstanding job for our schools. We got to appreciate them. They keep our kids coming back to school healthy. They're making sure they're the first people on the line when something's going on. When there's fever, when there's cough, with all that, they do an outstanding job. And I think every once in a while when you see your nurse, tell them thank you for what you do. God bless all of you and have a great year. I will have the privilege, if I can find the paper, of introducing our superintendent. I'm not going to go by the script she wrote because it would be just not right. But I do want to introduce the queen of LISD, our superintendent. She's been in education a little over 30 years. She served as a classroom teacher, a principal, an office administrator, Region 1 Service Center Administrator for Curriculum Instruction. She was voted by us in 2017 unanimous as our superintendent. She began her career at Heavenville High School, where she graduated in 1973 as valedictorian, and her sister was number 2. Valedictorian, I keep making fun of her, there were only 24 students. How can you not be valedictorian? But she always says, no, Mr. Garcia, there was more than 23, there were 43. But it's okay. I'm so proud of her. She continued her education at Texas A&I University in Kingsville, where she got her bachelor's in science in 1977, majored in secondary English and mathematics. In 1986, she got her master's degree in secondary education at Texas A&I Kingsville. She got her superintendent certificate in 1995, and in 1996, she got her master's degree, or 1995. In 2001 to 2007, she became the principal at J.W. Nixon High School. And in 2002, she got her doctor's degree in curriculum and instruction. She is outstanding. I talk to her almost on a daily basis on everything and anything. We disagree at times, we agree on times. She fights for what she thinks is right. She fights for our kids. She fights for you all every single day. And that's what I'm so proud of her, that me and her can have a discussion and say, well, I don't think we can do this. And she fights because she thinks it'll make a difference in the classroom. She thinks it'll make a difference in the school. She thinks it makes a difference in our overall scores. So I take that argument, or I take that information back to the board and we discuss it. and pretty much 99% of the time, we've been successful because the board knows what her mission is. We support her mission. We support everything she stands for. So without further ado, I want to welcome onto the stage Her Majesty, Dr. Rios.
Thank you so much, Mr. Garcia. Thank you so much, secondary educators, for being such a wonderful audience. Today, we are going to celebrate all the wonderful things that you do. Earlier this morning, someone from elementary told me, "Now, ma'am, we're more guatosos than the secondary people." I don't believe that. So how about a nice, big, thunderous applause or whatever for yourselves? Come on, a big one. Awesome, awesome. I am so very, very proud of you, because I know that deep in your hearts, you have worked so hard for our students. Last year, when I was standing here, I threw out a challenge at you, and I didn't know how people were going to take it or what they were going to say or what they were going to think about the vision that I had that was shared by our Board of Trustees. I am so thankful and proud and privileged as well as blessed to be superintendent of your schools, because you are allowing me to be part of your team. And out of many, one. Out of many, one. Just like the penny says, right? E pluribus unum. Out of many, we stand together as one. I want to thank and recognize several people right now. First of all, we just recognized our principals. Assistant principals, will you please stand and be recognized? Nice and proud. Stand tall, principals. Thank you. Members of the superintendent's office, will you please stand and be recognized? Where are you? Division of Finance, let me see you. Where are you? All the money people. Wave, thank you. Thank you. Human Resources, where are you? Loud and proud. Office of Communications, where are you? They're here taking care of us, obviously, thank you. Internal Auditor, Ms. Henry, where are you? Division of Curriculum and Instruction, loud and proud, where are you? There you are. Student Services, I want to hear from you, Student Services, where are you? Compliance and School Safety, please stand and be recognized. Technology Services, where are you? Please stand and be recognized. Plant, Facilities and Support Services. Para los departamentos de los servicios y apoyo, por favor, tomen pie, por favor. Levántense, pónganse de pie. Tengo un mensaje muy especial para ustedes,
Porque yo sé que a veces no los reconocemos, a veces nomás estamos pensando, ellos están allí, ellos nos van a ayudar, y nomás pensamos que están allí a nuestro lado. Pero con todo corazón, yo les quiero darle mis gracias y las gracias de todos los del distrito, porque yo sé que ustedes cada día trabajan para nuestros estudiantes, para nuestros maestros, para todos que están en las escuelas. Y les quería dar estas gracias muy sinceras. Y este día es para ustedes también. Muchas gracias. Si vieron el video al comenzar, allí vimos representantes de transportación, de los custodial services, de mucha gente. Y lo que es especial de todas estas gentes es que todos funcionan juntos, porque todos vamos en un camino y es un solo camino, el camino para nuestros estudiantes. Ladies and gentlemen, today is such an important day for us. Because as a Laredo Independent School District, think about what you have accomplished today. Think about your summer. I know it was a great summer for some of you and you were counting how many hours left over. But here's what I really want you to think about. Last year, when I came out in front of you, I talked about, well, look, we've got to think about scores. We got to think about what's going to happen in the future. We have to think about this. We have to think about that. And there's a sense of urgency. And maybe you got scared. Maybe you got worried. But here is what's important. Our theme is entitled, Building Tomorrow Together. We can't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, if we're not each playing a role, so that that role then manifests itself into one big, strong force. Laredo ISD is second to no one. We don't have to bow down to anyone. And I will tell you why that is true. We can say it, we can say it, we can say it. But if we don't prepare for it, then we will just be like anyone else. So at this time, I would like to take the opportunity to thank our Board of Trustees for the vision that they have had in their minds and put it on paper, what they have put on paper, and what they believe we should be offering to every student in our schools, regardless of where those students come from. Weren't you proud and happy? Weren't you filled with joy when you saw our drummers, our drum corps? Were you not? That did not happen by itself. There can be a lot of students that are very talented. They have their innate talent. But here's what you're going to see today. Today, you are going to see a celebration of teachers and staff coming together to share their knowledge with students. You're going to see how those skills, how those concepts, how that support makes each one of these students successful. How that set of skills and support makes each one of those students able to compete anywhere. Cada uno de ustedes contribuye, something like that, towards the good of our students. And that's what's important. We may want the moon, but if we're not ready to build that aircraft to get us there, we're just going to keep on looking at it. Last year, I challenged you to think about the future and what was going to happen to us. Well, here is some of the things that have happened to us. We have come together as a team, all of us, in different ways, at different schools, to put together an instructional program, a program that includes athletics, the fine arts,
everything possible to create well-rounded students within our schools. And when we do this with a purpose in mind. And that purpose is to create a student that can compete or go anywhere in any city in Texas, in the United States, or even around the world. So Mr. Garcia has already talked about this. There's been lots of great things that have happened at the hands of the Board of Trustees, including that raise, including that insurance premium balance, so to speak. But I want to tell you that today, 102 million of that 150 million is ready to be used in the planning of those 5 projects that Mr. Garcia was talking about, and that our trustees voted to enact as we move forward with that bond. I also want to tell you that this year, we have had so much participation from every single student in our schools. Did you notice the National Honor Society, celebration on the video for elementary? Why? Because we are building those 4 traits in our students: scholarship, service, what else? Scholarship, service, leadership, and one more. Which one? Exactly. Couldn't hear you very well. Character. That is what defines who we are and how we are going to grow together. What else has happened in Laredo ISD? While the district was busy working on those standards for A through F, we were notified of the status of the first blue ribbon school in Laredo ISD, as well as Laredo, the Hector J. Garcia Early College High School. That is a school that is recognized across the country by the United States Department of Education. In a couple of weeks, and I want everyone to be thinking about this, in a couple of weeks, we will have an announcement. And it is with our sincerest hopes that Caguas Elementary will be finalized. We will have a final decision on Caguas Elementary being our second blue ribbon school for Laredo ISD. And what does this say? This says, regardless of where we are located, wherever that school is, it is possible to create conditions in which the United States Department of Ed can say, that school is a blue ribbon school. That school is a blue ribbon school. That school can be a blue ribbon school. Any school in Laredo ISD can be a blue ribbon school. And that is what we're expecting this school year. Our initiatives include STEM and CTE. And this is so important as we move forward. And I will tell you why. Getting back to the efforts of school, parent or family, and community. You just saw a picture right there. And that picture was of a fair that took place that the nurses held, Driscoll, right? Y'all had that Driscoll health fair. And what's important about this picture is that it shows all kinds of people coming together to provide services for our students. For some reason or other, there's a picture in there where we even see children being given haircuts in preparation for Monday. And you see students getting their immunizations, and you see them getting their school supplies. Why? Why? Because there's a committed group of people wanting to ensure that our students have everything that they need so that they can be successful when they come to our schools. But here's the 3 important things that when we talk about a slogan, yeah, where does that slogan come from? Why is it important? Why do we want to have that slogan? Because I like those colors. No. I do like the colors. But why do we say that building tomorrow together is important for us as a family of educators at LISD? It is important because the direction in which we go, that is the direction in which we are taking our children. That is the road that we are carving for our students. But we have to do it in 3 different ways. Number 1, we have to lead with purpose. What do I mean by that? You don't have to be a principal, you don't have to be assistant principal, you don't have to be a lead teacher. You just have to be a leader in your classroom. You have to determine that this is where I want my children to go this school year. The same thing with any department. This is what my department is going to look like at the end of the school year. Esto es lo que nosotros imaginamos que ese departamento va a poder cumplir al fin del año. We must be leaders, but leading with a purpose. And that purpose, no matter what, you guys, that purpose begins and ends with students. Because that is the reason we are here. Not because we have a degree, although that's very, very important, but because we serve our students. Then number 2, we have to build relationships. It's very important that we build relationships so that we can lift that burden together. Is it easier to lift a 50-pound load by yourself or with many hands? Many hands lighten the load. So if I'm looking at secondary schools today, secondary schools, no matter where you are located in Laredo ISD, we have an even bigger challenge this year. A through F is upon us, and I will tell you our grade as a district in a few minutes, and then we can talk about how are you going to help move that needle so that you can be the best school ever, no matter where you are in LISD. Building relationships and setting priorities. Have you ever known somebody that says, yes, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and blah, 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 and they want to do so many things that nothing happens because there's too many things. Pick the 3 things that you want to accomplish in your classroom and make it happen. You don't have to have 100 things. You just have to have a keen sense of purpose with your kids. You have to build relationships with your parents and the rest of your staff, and you have to go for it. You can't sit there and be shy. You have to want it because you are the voice of our students. You are the voice of their parents, and you are the voice of LISD. Whoops. I want you to look at this picture. This is a picture from Laredo ISD. Okay, can you please, it's kind of hazy because an administrator took this picture. Okay, well, not quite like that, but we can laugh. Okay, can you dim the lights a little bit and don't anybody fall asleep? Okay, what do you see? You see a mom, and she has a bicycle. And here's her son, and he's dressed up in a little suit. And here's a little girl, and they must have done her hair early in the morning and tucked her shirt in and got her ready for school. Let me tell you what's happening that day. This is a mom who prepared her son and daughter for an awards assembly at McDonald's. Now, here's the thing that I want you to consider. This mom values the importance of what LISD does for her children. She values the education that her son and daughter are getting. So she made sure that her son is dressed, ready for that assembly. She made sure that her daughter is dressed. But here's the problem. What is that? A train. She's trying to get there on time because you see, this mom is leaving her children so that she can go to work. She's going to work, but she knows I have to get my children there. So here's her solution. Can you see the picture? What is happening? The boy is riding in the back. The little girl is in the front. And regardless of the circumstances, those children are going to go to that awards assembly. Come heck or high water, they are going to that assembly. This happened this year. And I want you to read the 3 words at the bottom. Determination, perseverance, and persistence. That mom is determined to make sure that her children are not left out. That mom is persevering so that her children can take advantage of an education at Laredo ISD. That mom is persistent. She is not going to falter. She is not going to let them down. So here's my question to you. If that mom cares that much about her students, if that mom is that determined, that persistent, that has that perseverance, I want you to think right now, how determined are you to equal that passion, to deliver the services that those children are entitled to? How are you going to persevere to make it happen? And how are you going to persist? If you go back and you look at research, research will tell you that Hispanic Americans, African Americans, people of color, many times do not have the necessary determination, perseverance, and persistence. Well, I beg to differ. Laredo ISD has the determination, has the perseverance, and has the persistence to provide all that those children so much deserve. Because if that mom can dress that child in a suit, dress the other one in her little bow, and get on a bicycle and go to an assembly, then we can do no less than give that family what they deserve. And that comes out of being prepared. And you're going to say, really? Yes, it's real. That was in January. Whoever took the picture, you know. This poster was on a door. You saw the video a little while ago. This poster is the inspiration for that video. It was on a teacher's door, and when we were doing observations, a picture was taken of it. And just imagine being a kid walking into this classroom. The classroom door says, when you enter this classroom, you are scientists, you are artists, you are explorers, you are mathematicians, you are authors, you are respected, you are important. You are the reason I am here. You are the reason how they will succeed. You are the reason that will take them through anything. And I'm very confident in that, because that's the kind of determination, perseverance, and persistence that you have shown. And that is the reason why we've done so well this year. So, we talked about setting priorities. Well, you can't set priorities until you know where you're going. I'm not going to read the goals for you except for number 1. This is the most important goal for us as educators. What does number 1 say? Laredo Independent School District establishes and pursues expectations of excellence and equity to achieve college, career, and military readiness. And I will tell you that LISD is already well on its way. At every single high school, as well as every single early college high school, students have the opportunity to earn 60 college credit hours. And if you attended any of the graduations, then you would see how many of our kids actually achieved that set of accolades. So how do we know where we're at? Okay, I want everyone to look at this, and I know you're not elementary, but as goes the elementary, so goes secondary. So let's look at this very quickly, just the top. Every single green number is how much our district improved this school year. And I challenged you last year, and I want to give a big round of applause to our elementary campuses, because look at what they've done. In reading, 74 to 80, 6 points. You see a 0 maintenance, 71 to 77 in 4th grade, 6-point increase, another 6-point increase, another 2-point increase in writing, 7-point increase in reading at 5th grade, a 6-point increase in math in 5th grade, and a 6-point increase in science. But here's what I want you to look at, guys. The biggest increase in one of our schools was 34 points. I also want you to notice that in math, there were quite a few double-digit gains. In 3rd grade, quite a few gains. Now, here's the good part. Look what's happening in 5th grade. If you were to look at this pattern, you will see that in 5th grade, almost 100%, well, 100% of the students passed that test. 100% in Dikes, Heights, Tawas, Ligarde, Ryan, Santo Niño, and Tarver. Then you see a couple of hundreds over here. What's important to note about that? That as you are getting those 5th graders in 6th grade, those 6th graders need to be your high performers. They need to be challenged so they can meet the rigor of the next year's exam. Because from now on, we're going to masters in our assessment. So let's look at secondary. Here is our middle school. We had some pretty good gains, but we had some little losses. In reading in 6th grade, a 1% loss, another one in math, then we had a 2% gain in 7th grade in reading, a 9% gain in math, and a 3% drop in writing in 7th. In 8th grade, a 1% gain in reading, a 1% gain in math, an 8% gain in social studies, and a 2% gain in science. And if you remember, last year we talked about social studies. We talked about moving that needle. And we have, and thank you, thank you. I will also tell you that this subject, grade level, is the grade level in which everyone experienced or maintained a gain. Okay? Congratulations, 7th grade. If you are in high school, a big, nice pat on the back, high school. English 1, 4% gain, English 2, 7% gain, Algebra 1, 3% gain, Biology, 5% gain, and U.S. History, a 2% gain. Now here's the challenge. We have an 89, an 87, and an 88. Next year, those need to be 90s. Now, I also want you to look at English 1 and English 2. Next year, those need to be really radically improved. We had some gains, but we need to be able to meet that state or region score. That's our challenge, and we know and we're honest about it. What are we going to do about it? That's the next question. But I want you to notice what I'm blacking out here, not blacking out, but blocking. Please give yourself another round of applause, high school. There were gains in every high school. We had an 11% gain in English 2, and we're looking for better things next year at Nixon. So now, here's what I need for you to think about. On August the 15th, next week, right? We get a letter grade for the district. Next year, in a week, we're going to get a letter grade. The state is going to rate us either an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F. A C is met standard. A B is recognized. And an A is exemplary. So what do I know about last year? Last year, when it was a little bit different, and I want everyone to pay attention. Last year, we had 4 A's. That was based on preliminary calculations. Based on very preliminary calculations, LISD will have earned a B+, a recognized rating. Thank you. Thank you. Pat somebody on the back right now. Say thank you. Not too hard. We want them to come to school Monday. Now, don't get all excited. Okay. You know, a coin has 2 sides, right? So let's listen up, please. The United States Department of Education, in its wisdom, on Friday sent out a letter. The letter says, not so fast, state of Texas. The waiver that you requested for Telbas was not approved. I don't know how that's going to impact our preliminary calculations, but I will tell you that up to Friday, Laredo ISD had 13 A's. 8 B's and 7 C's. And some of those B's were 89s. Can we do better? Can we do better? Determination, perseverance, persistence. Okay? That's what it's going to take, and of course, preparation. So, what are our goals? Middle schools, we are going to be visiting your campuses so much this year because we love you from the bottom of our hearts. For sure, for sure, for sure, to borrow Dr. Nelson's phrase, for sure we're going to be visiting you. Not because we want to see all the things that you're not doing well, but because we know that we have to support you so that you can support our students. So you can count on that. Secondly, we're going to look at the writing curriculum across the district, and we are going to ensure that the writing curriculum is consistent and implemented with fidelity. Number 3, student performance in our special populations, which would be special education, bilingual ESL, career and technology, gifted education, migrant education. We are taking another pair of glasses, we're going to look at it, and we're going to make sure that every one of those students gets the support that they need, and that you as a teacher get the support to assist them. And College, career, and military readiness. We have a new director of college, career, and military readiness, and that person is going to help, along with Mr. Perez, is going to help us forge a plan in which we can be ready. And last but not least, a preventive school safety plan. A plan that will ensure the safety of every adult, every child that visits or that is within our schools. We're going to be working on that this year. So with that in mind, nothing can happen unless you pair the right people with the right skills. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce the leaders who have done a fantastic job this year, who have taken us through the year. Will you please help me welcome one of the best teams ever, our cabinet, Superintendent's cabinet. The Assistant Superintendent for Compliance and School Safety, Mr. Oscar Perez. Thank you. And let me tell you about Mr. Perez. I am extremely proud of him because this year he not only maintained but helped lead all of our troops to exceed our scores. Thank you, Mr. Perez. Now he's taking on the role of compliance. He's going to be visiting those schools very often with a whole team of people, right, Mr. Perez? Next, the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Jerry Cruz. Dr. Cruz is assuming this position, and he will lead us to the next level, next height. Thank you, Dr. Cruz. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the person who keeps our finances straight and sometimes won't let us spend too much. The Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Business Operations, Ms. Flor Ayala. She does a great job in working to keep us viable. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Mrs. Roberta Ramirez. Thank you, Ms. Bobby. She's back at her job again. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Assistant Superintendent for Plant Facilities and Support Services, Mr. Angel Velasquez. He is in charge of 800 staff members, all working together to improve our facilities and to support our students. Oh, I didn't get to shake your hand. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Assistant Superintendent for Student Services, Ms. Maggie Martinez. Hello, Ms. Maggie. Thank you. We are going into 3 new districts this year. Ms. Martinez, as well as all of her staff, are going to be working to make sure that that is a successful venture. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Assistant Superintendent for Technology, Mr. Mike Manoa. Let me tell you something good, secondary. You are getting a brand new laptop in a couple of months. So you can take the duct tape off your old one, and that should be in, those laptops are going to be in. You are first, secondary, followed by the elementary. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Executive Director for Communications, Ms. Veronica Castillon. Thank you. I also, at this time, want to take the opportunity to thank her staff, Mr. David Garza, all the guys that are sitting and doing whatever you do there and back here to make it happen. Thank you. And the person who keeps us all straight, the Executive Assistant to the Superintendent, Ms. Josie Rodriguez. It's all about team, ladies and gentlemen. All about team. Josie. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only part of our leadership team. You have a leadership team at every school. So we also made some changes there and in our central office. Please rise when I call your name. The Director of College, Career, and Military Readiness, Mr. Rogelio Garcia. The new Director for Instructional Technology, Ms. Brenda Sepulveda. Central Office administrative roles are also handed out to the Campus Coordinator for ELAR and Assessment, Ms. Sandra Gomez Rodriguez. Our new Early Childhood Dean, Ms. Itzamara Canales. Our new Tax Assessor and Collector, Mr. Jorge Gutierrez. And the new Payroll Supervisor, Ms. Veronica Chaides. Now, leadership at every campus is critical. I will tell you that we had a conversation with our principals to ensure that what needed to happen at each of the individual campuses was keyed or aligned to the individuals who were there. And some of these individuals asked for that opportunity. And so here is our new slate of administrative leadership changes at campus administration. For Ligarde, Ms. Elba Contreras. For Sanchez Ochoa, Ms. Rosalba Martinez. Please rise. For Kristen Middle School, Ms. Sandra Garcia. For Lamar Middle School, Mr. Eduardo Lopez. For Memorial Middle School, Ms. Melissa Valdez. And the Valdez High School Principal, Ms. Lizzie Newsom. If you look at this slate of administrators, you will see that at Kristen Middle School, we have Ms. Michelle Lopez and Ms. Sylvia Cantu. At Lamar, Mr. Guadalupe Cortinas. At Memorial, Ms. Sylvia Moreno and Mr. Chris Lozano. At Martin High School, Ms. Carmen Beltran and Mr. Mario Mireles. At Nixon High School, Mr. Miguel Chapa. And you have two specialists, Mr. Rene Mesa, J.C. Martin. And I want to talk about our colleague, Ms. Maggie Tabuada. Ms. Maggie Tabuada requested the instructional specialist position at Sanchez Ochoa. And with her there, with that leadership, we know that we're going to see great things for Sanchez Ochoa this year. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Principal of the Year for Secondary Schools, Mr. Israel Castilla, Hector J. Garcia Early College High School. Congratulations. And stay up here. The Rookie Principal of the Year is also from secondary, Ms. Cassandra Mendoza from Nixon High School. Okay, everybody, squeeze in. We're taking a picture. Okay, Israel and Cassandra in the middle, please. Very quickly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the next one. Here's another set of awards that we wanted to
be able to honor our teachers with. We know that it's not one person who takes us there. It's everybody in the car. It's everybody on the bus. So this year we are giving team awards for the highest performers in the tested areas. So we'd like that team of individuals to please come forward. All right, obviously it's not elementary, we're going to get there. Middle school. The top scoring campus in reading is Memorial Middle School. Come up here, guys. We need all the reading people that are on that team. We want to recognize you because we know how hard you work to make this happen. How about a nice round of applause? Woo! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand in front of our team. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. And we're still not done. What about the top writing team in the district? How about Memorial Middle School? Where are you, writers? Are you up here? Top writing team, Memorial, there you are. Is it one for all? Okay. And the top math team from Memorial. Congratulations, please. Memorial Middle School. The top science team, Memorial Middle School. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Keep on going. And last but not least, the top social studies team from Memorial Middle School. Thank you. Thank you. A big team working together, and that's our message. Be prepared. Go out there, get the job done. Congratulations, Memorial Middle School, and I want to see the same next year from Lamar, from Kristen, and from Cigarroa Middle. Hi. Congratulations, congratulations. Good job, guys. Congratulations, congratulations. I already did that. Yeah, y'all want to get in front? Yeah, go, in front, go, in the front. Go in the front, quick. You can do it, guys. Okay. Nice, big, panoramic picture, right? Ladies and gentlemen, now this is what we're doing for high school. May I have your attention, please? For high school, we are going to have two categories. an early college academy, an early college award, and also a comprehensive high school award. So ladies and gentlemen, performing as top team in English 1 for the early college high school. Come up here, guys. 100% passing. For Nixon High School, come on over. English 1 staff. Thank you, Garcia. Congratulations. Congratulations. And Nixon, congratulations. 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 Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. And your plaque is over there. So we have 2 top performers, Garcia Early College High School and the Nixon High School for English 1. Hey, congratulations. You're the one. Here's the one. Okay, we'll take a picture real fast because it's English 1. Okay, ready, guys? Okay, ready? Okay. Over here, Mita. And now, for English 2, Early College High School and Nixon High School for English 2. English 2, Early College High School and Nixon High School. Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hey, Miss Karen, how you doing? Good, congratulations. Hi, guys. How you doing? Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations again. Okay, and Israel. All right, English 2, turn around quickly. Over here, guys. Move over here. Over here, over here. No, move over. Move over this way, Mr. Castilla. This way. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for Algebra 1. Garcia Early College High School and Martin High School. Woo! Squeeze in like a big family. Algebra 1 at Martin High School was a 93%. One more round of applause. Great job. Great job. ladies and gentlemen. And in biology, Garcia Early College High School and Martin High School. Nice round of applause. Woo! Congratulations. Good job. Nice round of applause. Okay, we're gonna take a picture. Let's squeeze in. Squeeze in, ladies, this way, sideways. Gentlemen, sideways. Okay. Thank you. And last but not least, U.S. History, Garcia Early College High School and Nixon High School. Okay, I hope everybody's getting ready for that free trip to Las Vegas in a few minutes. And then we have some great entertainment that I know you're gonna love. Okay, one more picture. Ready? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Cabinet. All right. ¿Están listos para los mariachis? Porque ahorita van a empezar con unas selecciones muy bonitas. Pero vamos primero to talk about our partners. Yeah, I'm going to close the curtain. LISD is fortunate to have several truly outstanding community partners for sponsoring today's convocation, including Laurel Insurance for the beautiful stadium bags, which everyone got. I hope you enjoy those. Line Decker Construction, Arguindigue Oil, the Southern Sanitation Department Company, J. Cruz and Associates, International Bank of Commerce, Gulf Coast Paper, Case and Muir Perez Attorneys at Law, Frank Architects, and Sepulveda Associates. Thank you so much for supporting our teachers. For the last few years, the Laredo Federal Credit Union has sponsored an all-expense paid trip for a teacher or teacher aide with perfect attendance. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Marketing Director of the Laredo Federal Credit Union, Mr. Rafael Martinez. I will tell you that this morning there was a drawing and the recipients are from secondary. Mr. Martinez?
Thank you, Dr. Rios. First of all, on behalf of Laredo Federal Credit Union, Erasmo Ramos, our CEO, and our board of directors. Thank you to the board at LISD for allowing us to participate, and also Dr. Rios for everything you all let us do for you. Now, without further ado, I know everyone wants to go home. I don't know, do they go back to their campuses or do they go home?
We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Okay. The $500 winner had perfect attendance, is from Ciaroa Middle, Cristina Rodriguez. It's a $500 gift card. And remember, it pays to go to work because you get $500. And the winner for the Las Vegas trip is also from Cigaroa Middle. And it is Maria Cecilia Treviño. Is she in the house? Going once? Going? No, she's on her way. Okay, now the big question is, you have to make a decision, or you can call me later. It is, you want to take the trip to Vegas that includes hotel and airfare for you and somebody else, or $1,000?
I don't know yet. I'll call you.
You call me and let me know. She's going to think about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking a lot about kids working with you, and you working with students, and you working with the community. Here's what we're doing today. We are going to have two performances in which you are going to see adults that are in your ranks performing with students. And so I really want you to make them welcome and to please give them a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a very big, real treat. It's a fiesta, and this fiesta is going to be interpreted by the Ballet Folklorico from the Treviño Magnet School under the direction of Miss Alicia McInnes, accompanied by the troupe and Marta Loera. Ladies and gentlemen, let the fiesta begin. Great job. What a team. Ladies and gentlemen, one more bow from the Ballet Folklórico. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, folks, we want you to please sing along. Por favor, canten con el mariachi. This is the Honor Mariachi from Laredo ISD. Today, the mariachis from Martin, Nixon, and Cigarroa High Schools, led by their directors, Mr. Bobby Castro, Mr. Rubén Guardián, Mr. Servando Serna, and Mr. Juan Gerardo Sosa, will be performing as the Honor Mariachi. But here's the treat. The treat will be the guest soloists that are their teachers, people who have worked with students or who are in our community. And they are so proud of being part of LISD that they express their joy in song. Accompanying the Honor Mariachi will be Miss Ana Taboada of Ryan Elementary, Miss Luz Beatriz Escudero of McDonald Elementary, Miss Marta Campos of Kristen Middle School, and our Assistant Superintendent for Accountability, Safety, and Compliance, Mr. Oscar Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honor Mariachi from Laredo ISD. Help me welcome them.
Test.
¡Échale!
Mariachi! LISD Honor Mariachi. Hermoso cariño, hermoso cariño.
Que Dios me ha mandado a ser destinado no más para mí.
Precioso regalo,
Precioso regalo
del cielo ha bajado y que me ha colmado de dicha y amor.
Hermoso cariño,
hermoso cariño.
estoy como un niño con nuevo juguete, contento y feliz. No puedo evitarlo y quiero gritarlo. Hermoso cariño que Dios me ha mandado, no más para mí.
A ver, que se oigan esas voces. Ayúdenos.
Construyendo el mañana, todos juntos.
Hermoso cariño,
hermoso cariño.
ya estoy como un niño con nuevo juguete, contento y feliz. No puedo evitarlo y quiero gritarlo. Hermoso cariño que Dios me ha mandado, no más para mí.
Sí, señor.
Gracias.
¡Le van a aplaudir, vamos! ¡Vamos!
¡Un aplauso!
¡Bravo, bravo!
El mariachi loco quiere bailar, el mariachi loco quiere bailar. Quiere bailar el mariachi loco, quiere bailar el mariachi loco. El mariachi loco quiere bailar, el mariachi loco quiere bailar. Quiere bailar el mariachi loco, quiere bailar el mariachi loco. ¡Saborcito! Un aplauso para el mariachi. Ayúdenos a cantar esta.
Juntos, todos juntos.
Ayúdenos, vamos, Cristian mío, vamos.
En la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando. Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, de contrabando.
Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, viene bajando.
Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, de contrabando.
¡Todos juntos! ¡Ay, ay, ay, ay!
Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. ¡Que se oiga! ¡Qué bonito público! ¡Arriba! El lunar que tienes, cielito lindo, junto a la puerta.
No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca.
Ese lunar que tienes, cielito lindo, junto a la puerta.
No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca.
¡Ahora sí, todos juntos! ¡Ay, ay, ay, ay! ¡Canta y no llores!
Porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Un aplauso para el mariachi. The best mariachi in town. Ladies and gentlemen, one more applause for our students and their teachers. A team to remember. Nice round of applause. One more. We want you to have a great year. Do the best that you can. And remember, our students are the reason we are here. Thank you.
De nuevo, vamos. Fuerte que se oiga, vamos, vamos.
En la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando. Un par de ojitos